Hi everybody, welcome back to Julia in the Garden. Today we are inside and we are actually planting some spring bulbs in pots. Normally I would do this outside, but honestly this is the easiest way to contain the toddler as well as some other factors. So we're going to try to get as much done as we can right now. I don't think I'm going to get to all of that. So I have several different kinds of bulbs to put in pots, mostly daffodils and tulips. So let's just get started. I'm starting, I'll try to talk you through each one as I plant it. This is Queen of the Night tulips, and they are, let's see, late spring, and they get to about 24 inches high, about 2 feet. And I just picked these up at the nursery. They were in a spot. With some bulbs, I brought my gloves out. With some bulbs, especially hyacinth, but sometimes you might have sensitivities to certain bulbs, so you might want to wear your gloves. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. Not that good about it. And these urn planters are from Gardener Supply, and they have drainage at the bottom, but they also come with a plug. So if you wanted to just put like another pot in here, you could without it draining. And this is a potting mix from Gardener Supply. It says it has super root booster to promote strong roots. So this is just the one I'm using. I also like the Espoma organic potting mix. I've used that in the past with good success as well. I just happen to be placing an order for my containers from Gardener Supply, and they are actually a local company to me in Vermont, which is very exciting. They ship all over the place. All right, so we've got some soil in there. Let's show them the soil we've got. Okay, I'm going to use my hands for this because I haven't had a problem with tulips in the past. Not that I've planted a lot of tulips. I did when I was a kid. That was one thing I remember doing with my grandfather. My maternal grandfather would come over in the fall and plant some bulbs, and I was always so excited to see them come up in the spring. Okay, so I'm going to teach the little one as we go. This is a tulip bulb. This is what they look like. They have a pointy top and then the flat bottom. Sometimes you can see the roots on them, sometimes you can't. You can see the pointy top there, and the bottom here is flatter. This one has some roots here. Ooh. There we go. And sometimes the skin peels off. That's okay. So this one has a little bit of a bruise on it. To be honest, like my toddler's been moving them around, which is not ideal. But I'm hopeful they'll still be okay. And then I'm just going to put them in. I'm going to kind of snuggle them in here. I have 40 total, so I'm hoping to get 20 in each pot. Let's actually. Okay, she's going to help me, and then I'll adjust, and I'll show you what I'm doing here in a minute. Oh, don't pull them off. It's not like garlic. We're not peeling them. So if you can leave the skin on, I feel like that's better, but if it's not, then it's not the end of the world. Again, these ones are looking a little bit rough. I'm hopeful though. Hey, you keep putting them in. It's okay. I apologize for any loud noises in the background. Those are my big two. Well, this looks like it's going to be a good fit, love. I wasn't sure if we were going to have some room around the edges. So I think in the landscape they tell you to do these 3 to 4 inches apart, but I've heard from multiple sources that you just pack them closer together in the container. So that is what we are doing. I'm going to just adjust the spacing a little bit. Hang on. Okay, now we put the soil on top. Hopefully this amount is enough. I don't know if it's going to be. Okay, we're gonna need more than that, but you get the idea there. I'll go get another thing of soil. You're all done? Okay. You can get down, my love. Thank you for your help. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Okay, I'm going to cover them with the potting mix. I do want to make sure they're covered about 6 inches. So hopefully that'll work out to be about that. I have found in planting bulbs in the landscape at least, for them to be a bit forgiving, that, you know, if you're off by an inch or two, it's not the end of the world. This is the Queen of the Night tulip. What I did not do was get like tags, so I think I might find some tags to stick in these just so I remember in the spring what is what. So I'll be back. I found these tags that I used last year, so I'm just gonna flip them over and use these. All right, 2 more containers from Gardener Supply, but a very different look. These are the galvanized bucket containers. They also have drainage holes in the bottom, but I gotta pull out the plug. I might also, there is a little bit of a lip, but I might want to, but I might actually want to put this up on something so that the drainage is a bit better. Okay, so these are both getting daffodils in them, and they may go by the front porch or they may go in the back. We'll just see how I'm feeling about it. I thought these were super cute though. So these ones are getting tete-a-tete daffodils, which are like little yellow ones. These don't have a picture on them, so I'll try to put a picture in there. I got these from Eden Brothers. I've seen them in a couple of places. And I have, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, I have 50. I have 5 10 packs here. And I'm hoping to just fill this up and have it glorious. So let's start again with the soil. I think most daffodils you're aiming at 6 inches. These say that as well, but they are a little small. So I don't know. They are in a container though, so we'll see. I think I'm a little less than 6 there, but I think it'll be okay. These are what daffodil bulbs look like. These are actually smaller than any of the ones I've seen before. They will produce smaller flowers. This is a single. This is actually like a double. You can see there where you could break this part off. I just plant them together. And yeah, that's exciting. They do multiply, which is really cool. And I've had really good luck with the daffodils I've planted here multiplying. My plan is after growing these things in containers this year that I can then put them in the landscape after they've done flowering, and I'll try to give the foliage time to die back. But yeah, I can put them in the orchard, or I might put some down at the end of the driveway. I'm putting a bunch down there this year. I don't know which video you're gonna see first, so this is gonna be separate from my outdoor bulb planting video. I'm doing them kind of at the same time. I've started the outdoor but not finished it yet. So, but this morning I wanted to get these done before I did part of that, because any extras I have planned on putting in pots that I can't, because either I run out of room in pots or I run out of soil, I want to put out in the landscape. So I want to get these things done. If you are new to my channel, I do have 4 kids. You saw the baby on my back. I got a toddler who you may have seen, depending on if that footage makes it in. And I got 2 older ones, a 6 and an 8-year-old, and we homeschool. So everybody's home right now. And right now I am working on this while they play, and then we'll do some school later on today. We're doing a little, we're a little light on our school right now because I am trying to get all these bulbs in the ground and everything kind of set up for fall, as well as I've been going through and just trying to get through a lot of our harvest. We had a bunch of zucchinis that were sitting on the counter and in the fridge, and so this one's a little iffy. I'm not sure how that's going to do. I'm actually going to leave that one out. This feeling, it's hard to describe, but like they have a weight to them, like kind of a heft, and they're usually solid. This one's a little squishier. I mean, it's actually, this one's not as bad as some others I've encountered, but they can kind of dry out. They just feel like dried out and like a husk. So I'm just gonna leave that one out for right now. The other ones so far all feel really good. So. And to be honest, I've been storing them just like in our main living areas in the house, because yeah, I should have had them down in the basement. They probably would have kept a little better down there. So some of this loss might be just because how I stored them. These are original Poet's Daffodil. And these were another impulse buy from the nursery. These ones are a little bit bigger, but my other daffodils I have been much bigger. This one's like triple. Wow. So these ones actually ended up with some room around the side, which is fine. I'm actually gonna move these in a little bit. What I can do is then put something else around the edge. Maybe if I find like a yellow pansy or something like that, I think would be beautiful. So I'll just, when they come up, I might just be able to pop a few, sneak them in there. It's not that much room around the edge either, so it may be that I don't even need to do that, but that's what we're doing for right now. The rest of my pots look like this, again from Gardener Supply. And these, I think, are Brunello planters, and I don't know the exact size. I want to say it's like 12 inch and 16 inch or something like that. I have some bigger ones that I actually used out on the front porch for some plants. Yes, so these three are all tulips. I have, from the nursery, these are Apricot Beauty. They're going in the biggest one, remember that. These are Princess Irene. And these are La Belle Époque. And I'm not sure if these are all going to fit in here, and if not, some will go in my raised bed for my cutting garden. So let's work on these. Last three pots, and these are getting Narcissus or Daffodils and Hyacinths. So let me show you what I've got here. So this is a Hyacinth. I am going to wear my gloves when I do these ones. These are a Splendid Cornelia Hyacinth, and they're like a purpley pink color, it looks like. And I have 2 packs of 6 of those, so we'll see how many fit in there. I have more Hyacinth that are going outside as well. And this is a Narcissus, I'm gonna say Del Nassau, and these are from Longfield Gardens, I think. And I'm gonna, I'll put a picture in here. These, I have a pink mix of daffodils that I've been putting in the garden the last 2 years, and I love them. And I think these are part of that mix. They're just like double and pinky, and I love them so much. So I think those are part of the mix, and well, I've seen the picture, so I'm excited about those in the pot. And then these are a daffodil called, these are a daffodil called White Lion, which I'll also put a picture in, but if I'm remembering correctly, I think they are white and have like pale yellow centers maybe. Yes, so I thought those would be cute to all put. We're kind of going with like a pink and yellow theme, except for the Queen of the Nights, but those will be in a different spot. So. This is a Hyacinth bulb, same deal, flat bottom, pointy top. And I'm gonna go ahead and see how many will fit in here. I have 12 total, and I'm not sure if 12 will fit. I am not sure what's happening with this one here. I have not seen something like that before, so I'm gonna take that part off. And I think the rest of it seems fine. I think this might be all I'm gonna fit in here. And then the others are gonna go. I have another mix for the Hyacinth, I think it's like a blues mix, and as well some purple, I think, that are going to go in my raised bed, so I'll just put a couple of these with them and be good. I'm going to put that there and see if I can just get that a little bit higher up. Okay. Alright. Hopefully that will work out. It's the next morning. I'm gonna go ahead and do the next step, which is watering. So I'm gonna bring all the pots outside, I'm gonna water them, and then I'm going to actually stick them in the corners of my front porch. I want to keep them outside so they get the cold, because they need the cold, but I want to keep them covered for the most part, and also where I can keep an eye on them. So that's what I'm doing for right now. If that doesn't work out for one reason or another, I'm going to clear a spot in the garage or something like that. I may also cover the tulips with some hardware cloth, but this morning we just got to get them watered and on the front porch so the toddler doesn't get into them and they get outside. So I've just tucked them in there to the corners in the back there. We'll just see how it goes. If it seems like they're getting rain and snow on them, I will either cover or move them because I do not want them getting too wet and rotting. So that was a fun project to get done. Hopefully I'll have beautiful blooms in the spring. This is my first time planting spring bulbs in pots, so I'm hoping it goes well. If you want to see what happens, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss it in the spring. And until then, why don't you go ahead and watch this video there, and I will see you next time. Happy gardening.